Welcome back to the Sneak This, your weekly podcast on sneakers, sports, culture, and other nonsense. Made by sneakerheads for sneakerheads. Find the podcast streaming on iTunes, Google Play Music, Stitcher, YouTube, and on the website, which is updated daily at www.thesneakdis.com. Get at us on Twitter at @the_sneakdis, Instagram at @thesneakdis, and check out the Facebook page, The Sneak This Podcast. And now, on to the Sneak This.
Follow us or else.
Sneak This Podcast, episode 32. George, Daniel's back in the building.
Yo.
Hey.
Special guest, PennieLayne Maio.
How you
is
doing?
in the building. We're
Happy to
doing
be
good.
here.
I'm glad you're here. You are our very first.
Lady parts.
Are you? Is it okay to say female lady?
I mean,
people
whichever-
get offended when you say female nowadays.
Only bitches do.
Oh well, she's a
Insecure.
real one.
Shout out to the bitches.
Hey, everybody needs a little bitch in their life.
Shout out to this Apple Ciroc.
Yeah.
Thank you, liquor store next door.
We got, special guest. She's our very first lady in the building, so she's the first one to crack through that Sneak This.
Barrier, nice dude.
That barrier.
Yeah,
so
nice.
we'll be talking to her today. She's a business owner.
Mm-hmm.
Talk sneakers. Anybody get any new sneakers this week? Any new pickups? Anything?
Anthracite 9s, which I currently have on.
Oh, you just got those?
What else did I get? Those
I thought those were
Air Force One
I thought
highs.
those were the organs. To
Nah.
be honest with you.
I ain't that rich.
Hey, come on here talking about all the stuff you copped. So,
Hey.
Just the most recent that I got was the Ogos. Just because it was actually a funny thing.
Which ones? 12s or 10s?
12s. I love 12s.
Right.
Okay, like 1s, 5s, 12s in that order. Somebody has owed me a large amount of money for a long time. Who happens to be a sneaker reseller? Him and his brother back in Chicago.
damn, I was gonna say hopefully like Donald Trump or somebody.
We know them?
Somebody with
No.
big pockets.
We don't know them?
No.
All right.
And so to get those, plus the remainder in cash.
Not bad.
You all right with
is-
that?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, that's a good thing then.
Because I wouldn't have bought them at all on my own.
Yeah, I don't know what they're going for now. What are they going for?
I
It's
saw
about 6.
I
600?
saw between 6 and 8.
The 12s,
Yeah.
yeah, the 12s are definitely higher than the 10s are, at least the ones in the prices I saw recently.
They dope in person? I haven't seen them in person.
Yeah, they're surpringly bright.
Oh,
white.
really?
Super. They're other than like the oh god.
What is that? Like
The part right.
Stingray print?
Yeah,
Stingray?
yeah. Other than that, they're really bright. Like I took a picture with them outside, and I was almost like, God, it almost looks like I used that teeth whitening effect on that or something.
High contrast.
Like the little apps or whatever. Other than that, I haven't. I just been
That's
picking
about
up.
it.
I just been picking
Random
up
stuff.
random stuff. Yeah.
George, anything?
Yeah, I haven't been here in a while, so I have quite a bit of stuff I haven't talked about yet.
Ben, you just one day.
Well, you know what I mean, but it was 2 weeks, so
One day's 2 weeks.
because I don't think I had bought. I think that was the week I bought 350s. So yes,
Oh.
I got
Hey, which
No,
color?
it's not.
Moon Rocks.
You was here.
How much?
Nah, it was at. Yeah, shout out to the sneaker whisperer Brendan Naper for the reasonable price of free 9. I'm just kidding.
Oh, I was about
Oh,
to say,
shit.
what the?
No. He found a price in my range. Let's just put it that way.
Okay.
But I traded a couple things against it too, and I had a check there, so it worked out.
Oh, that's
Not
nice.
bad, not bad.
So the price out of pocket was much lower than someone would be paying out of pocket normally. And then you seen Flyknit Air Max 1 Solar Reds, super dope. You said you wanted
Oh,
those.
those are fire.
Yes, flames. Told you. The color is way better than I thought it was when I saw the picture. The pictures don't do it justice. The pictures makes it look red. And
God,
I don't mind
I
all
hate
red.
bad retail pictures.
Yeah, I don't mind all
kids'
red
pictures?
either.
Yeah.
But it's
so
definitely more
ugly.
like highlighter.
But see, it's
color
so
than-
different. You could get a bad retail picture, because the ones that he got in a regular picture, they look red. In person, them joints were like a hot pink almost, like
Yeah, they're close.
crazy bright. Like they're
Like that
ridiculous mango.
atomic red that's like pinky
Yeah,
red or
it's
whatever.
like that. What is this one Nike call? It's called
Crimson.
Solar Red. No, Solar Red is
Well,
the.
yeah.
There's both.
Well, or
Yeah.
infrared. Infrared is the
Yeah.
original.
They literally have so many
Them joints
shades.
is fire. What else you got? That's it?
So the 350s, Moon Rocks, the Air Max Solar Reds. I didn't tell you about this because I was waiting for the show. Kobe 11 Barcelonas, the mango ones.
I had 2 gift cards at Nike, so I went and got those because I knew I wouldn't buy them unless it was under retail. I only buy stuff that's either under retail or over retail these days. I don't really buy nothing for retail no more.
Retail doesn't even matter anymore, though. Like OVO 12s, like you just said, you copped. It'd be impossible to get for retail. Like
Absolutely.
one of those
I feel
things.
very
Like
blessed.
if they dropped, when they drop, you almost got to think to yourself, like, I'm just gonna put 500 to the side. Like you're not.
Why does that seem so surprising? It is like that across the board with everything. Like, oh, you paid retail? Like, wow.
It is. Well, that's why if I wear Yeezys, when I wear Pirate Blacks to like the mall or anywhere, they say, "Oh, how much you pay?" I said, "I got them off Adidas." How did you get them off Adidas? Like it's almost impossible now to people. So I'm like, no, I got.
But the
those for
funniest
retail.
part about that though is that we both did in the same building
fact.
at the same day,
Same
and then
day.
we don't know anyone else who did. Like
Nobody.
even Simple didn't get
You
them.
guys got that T1
He
at
was
your
on
job?
the-
Or what?
I
he was
figured
on
it
the
was
first-
super
He's on the 4th
easy.
floor, and I'm on the 3rd floor, and we both copped in the same.
I just
building.
figured it was easy because I kept making mistakes, and he was saying, "Nah, click the try again thing."
I just kept telling him to do it, and at one
Yeah,
point I
try
had
again.
like 12 in my cart. Like I couldn't get them out my cart.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I couldn't
Must
get
be
them
nice.
out. I'm
Yeah,
deleting.
I was about
I'm
to say.
getting them out.
We probably could have ordered a second pair too if I would have known it wouldn't have like canceled
Yeah,
the
it
one. I
canceled-
would have
yeah,
done it.
It was crazy.
But anyway, so those Kobe Barcelona, shout out to those individuals who gave me the gift cards for my birthday. I appreciate it because I definitely wouldn't have bought those at retail. I'd have waited till they went on sale.
Dope.
Definitely.
Another shoe under retail, surprisingly,
Dang.
Olive
Buying
Ultra Boost.
everything.
I told you about that.
Oh, yeah, he did
Olive
get
Ultra
them.
Boost. I caught
That
that,
was
Villa.
lucky.
Yeah, I caught that Villa release, and they're doing 30% off 150. I'm surprised it was good for that shoe, but they were
They
mad
give
at
you
me
a
because I
discount
didn't-
too.
Yeah, it was 150 ship.
Wow.
Shocked, yes. And then the Y3 Yoji Run Boosts under retail as well.
I don't know what's got
Yes.
into him.
Man.
Well,
The Boost Capo.
I got like what are those called? Those all royal blue from
ADV something.
whatever them.
Yeah, Adidas.
EQTs.
Adidas ADV.
Whatever. Them all blue ones.
The
I got
ones
them
people
from
are going
Andy.
crazy for, they've most recently been going crazy for the olive with the white midsole.
But they're
those
not
are
selling
all
out nowhere
blue.
now. The blue ones aren't selling out. The olives aren't either. They're like sitting on sites. I got those, and Finish Line took my money for some olive boosts. Like always, like they took my money, and I called them.
So the order went through, or
Well, they're like, "Oh, we ain't got no more." I said, well, "Can you get my money back?" Yeah, we'll see about that.
5 to 7 days.
Well, no, a Finish Line takes like 7 to 15 days.
Bastards. Not including weekends.
Yeah, facts. And other than that,
Fuckers.
I think that was it. I think that's all I got. I think.
something that we didn't talk about, which comes surprise. Apparently, Oneness released the Triple Black Ultra Boost early.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Now, I guess they put them at 300, so everybody went crazy. But
F that.
yeah,
I just haven't been able to
I
get
would have
on
paid
those
that
on the
because
Adidas Ultra Boost. I just can't. I can't.
Oh,
get-
you don't own any? You know what?
Zero.
I was going to ask you that
None.
because, looking at your
None.
pictures and think you post sneakers, they're always Jordans or Nikes or Air Force One-ish, Dunks, things like that. No Adidas? No Boost?
No, just basic classic
You
shell
don't like
toes.
it?
That's about I'm really in that like a weird window of like I other than the Pirate Black like 350s
Right.
of the Yeezys.
That's it.
The rest of them look like orthopedic space shoes. And I just can't get with that.
Not Ultra Boost. You can laugh on the mic. Dan.
No, the Ultra Boost don't, but like there's certain like trends I just can't get with, man.
Have you tried them on, though?
It's pretty.
You have to
It's
try
pretty
'em on.
life changing.
You try them on, you'll be like,
I know a
whoa.
lot about shoes in the sense that if they're really light and the soles are really comfortable, if you really wear them, they're gonna really smash down like smashing down on a loaf of bread that's really tall and puffy.
Like, you got to buy some Ultra Boost.
Nuh-uh.
You have to.
If somebody gives me a pair, I might give them for a
I'm sure
trial
guys
run.
out here giving you pairs.
I've never been given a pair of shoes by guys. Let's be fucking clear about that.
Hey, man.
Let's be clear
Who else
about
owes
that.
you money?
I
Pay you in
don't know,
shoes.
man. Hey, we didn't even get to tell you. What's the Instagram?
Wait, hold on. Yeah. Before we do that, though, something that we stopped doing after the first couple episodes, we got to start doing again. For me, it doesn't matter because I come literally in gym clothes to go to the gym. But what does everyone got on feet? We stopped doing that a long time ago, and we should definitely do it when the guests are here. So Daniel already said, because he said I'm wearing them right now, but tell the people again.
Anthracite 9s.
I'm just wearing.
I think it's an overrated shoe or underrated. I
It's
should
very
say.
underrated. It was
underrated.
I think it was on my list of underrated.
I thought does it not look like the Oregon one?
Yes,
I thought it's the same.
exact
oh,
thing,
okay.
almost.
All right, cool.
Almost.
All right, I'm
and
not
I got
that
on
retarded then.
Chalk Ultra Boost. Pen. What do
All
you
of a
have
sudden.
on? Playoff 12s?
Yeah. First, these probably the second time I've worn them.
Really?
The first time I wore them was when I went to go see about a kitchen to put my business in.
Which we can get to.
Yeah.
So, actually, what's those Instagrams, social media,
Well,
Twitters? What you want?
I have a Twitter, but I don't use it.
Oh, okay.
But it's really clever. It's Penny Wonka. My assistant made it because I'm a custom candy sweets and treats maker.
What's the name of your
Chocolatier,
What's the name of
Confection House, and on Instagram it's confection_house.
Okay.
On Facebook, there's a Facebook business page, Confection House. My personal is at 6'4" in heels because I am.
That's 6 SIX.
The number 4 in heels.
That's a fact. Penny is she loves her heels. I looked on Instagram and everything, and I'm like, man, her heel game is off the hook.
You know, it's funny. My favorite shoes aren't even like my Louboutins or my Gucci's or anything. They're like the cool ones that are like $40, $20.
Really?
Like
Them usually be
you
the
don't
favorite
you don't
ones.
see them at regular stores. Like those are my favorites. Those are hands down my favorites.
Yeah, no joke. Like a lot of times we spend all this money on shoes, and I end up wearing like whatever's by the front door.
I
Like,
can run.
facts.
I can practically run in almost any pair of heels, stilettos to wedges, except my high-end
Skills.
ones. Except my high-end ones. They're very, very delicate.
You must be a pro.
They're very fucking expensive.
What got you into sneakers?
Honestly, growing up super poor.
Really?
Yeah.
That you know what? That's actually kind
Growing
of
up
like
super
a lot of
poor,
people.
all I got to do was watch everybody else have sneakers, and I would have to like use a push lawnmower with no propulsion and like mow a whole acre yard and rake it for $10 so I could go get like do it twice and I could go to Nordstrom and get a pair of Keds.
And that's got you into sneakers now?
That was the most nicest pairs of shoes I ever had until I was 16 and started working for myself and came home from Job Corps, graduated early, and just went right into kitchen, started working.
That's
I didn't
actually
even get
dope.
my first pair of Jordans until I got my first paycheck.
That's dope, man.
I had to
And
watch
that's a good
everybody.
story.
I had to watch everybody else wear them my whole life. Like I was dirt poor.
Where you from?
I'm from Tacoma, Washington,
Oh, okay.
45 minutes south of Seattle.
What brought you out here?
Actually, I was married like 12 years ago, and my husband at the time, he kept like he was a real mellow guy, except when he would like get mad after like so long of not getting mad, and he would act out at work a little bit and break stuff. And I'm not about that life.
Right.
So I told him he needed to come down to Arizona with his family and figure out what he wanted to do. And he decided to go to the Art Institute and become a chef, like I already was. And when he was graduated, he said, "You want to move here? Or do you want me to come back home?" And I said, I've been here my whole life. Let me come down there. And we tried for like a whole year, and we just couldn't get that rhythm back. And in like true Phoenician fashion, I had already made so many friends and so many connections down here and gave up everything that I had built, all those connections, everything in Tacoma and Seattle, that my old life ended here. My new life kept me here.
That's dope.
Well, you're-
that's
Just saying that just gave me goosebumps. Like, damn, it's so facts.
I'm not gonna joke. That might be the realest story we ever had on the Sneak This podcast.
What year did you graduate?
If I came here in 05, it was probably right before 05,
Okay,
like
that was
in
before-
05.
I was there about 05. Where? Art Institute.
Did you go for culinary arts?
No, no, no,
Oh,
no.
okay.
That was my second option, but no.
Nice.
You graduated from there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's
Unless
an
you went to
expensive.
ASU.
That's an expensive school.
It is
Congrats.
very expensive.
Yeah, seriously.
Sally Mae knows my name very well.
Yeah. Here's the thing. I grew up super poor, super overweight, had horrible acne, wore super thick glasses. I had all these things like stacked against me. So it super added to my like low self-esteem. It also had to do with like I grew up poor and all these other things.
Right.
Then, you know, guys would always be like, "Oh, you're so tall. Why do you wear heels?" Even girls, because they've been brainwashed to be like, "Oh, well, you shouldn't wear heels around your man if he's like shorter than you." And all this stuff. And
I've had to deal with that.
well, and then one day,
I'm glad you said it and I didn't have to.
so one day I just had this like self-awareness epiphany where it was like, if anybody has a problem with how tall I am standing next to them, they had that problem before I stood next to them.
I talked to my wife. She tries not to wear heels sometimes. I was like, yo, where are the highest heels you got? Man, that makes me feel like.
Right. So that's the other thing. It's like some guys are like, no, can't do it. Other guys are like,
Heck
do you
no.
see who I'm with? I'm walking with the tallest motherfucker in the room.
I'm like, yo, that means I'm good.
Right.
I'm getting strong. Yeah, I'm good.
And, it's funny because it helped me embrace, like, being so tall because I realized everybody tries to buy eye color, skin color, hair color, longer nails, all these things, guys, girls, all, calf implants, ab etching, all this shit.
Right.
The one thing everybody can't buy
is height.
is height.
And that's a fact.
And that really it just gave me goosebumps.
it
That
out.
literally made me realize I was part of a very, very small, special fraternity. And I should be thankful.
Well, you know what's funny is
It changed everything.
Well, because you talk about buying height, and you know what's funny? I've always been in the show, but I played all the sports.
You've always been short? You sure?
Well,
You've never been tall?
Nah,
Never, not once. Not once.
Wait a second.
Nah.
Was there a point when you were the tallest kid in
I'm
class?
gonna go 7th grade is when I started thinking like, you know what? I think this might be it, bro. And this is why, because I had the biggest feet out of everybody, but I was short. And I was like, oh no. I was like, something happening. But you know what's funny is, it's funny because somebody was like, somebody asked me, they were like, do you ever, I don't know, care about being short? And I was like, I got beautiful house, beautiful wife, great kids, great career. I'm good. Like, height has nothing to do with anything. Like, it's never done nothing. I'm like, now am I out here dunking basketballs? No, but I'm also 30 some years old. Like, I ain't out here hooping like I used to. Like,
Knees don't allow it.
yeah, I'm like, it is. That's facts too. My body is broken
Knees
down.
don't allow it.
But so like, how do you balance out the heels and sneakers and the like?
I wear whatever the hell I want, depending on where I'm going.
So when you
Fair enough.
Like,
when you with guys, does
like
it
I didn't
matter?
come in here in heels, be in a dress, and
Right.
the way I normally would go get a burger or something, like at a sit-down restaurant by myself.
Right.
You're going to hear me say it a lot probably when we get to the girl guy code. Situational appropriateness.
Agreed.
You know what I mean?
agree.
Like, I didn't need to come in here in heels and a dress.
Nah, you didn't.
You
but,
know what I mean?
you
Like,
know.
this is the sneak diss. Like, what kind of asshole would I be? Like,
jerk.
Nah. Very, like you said earlier, no rules in here. You do whatever you want. So and when you come back on the show
Anything
next
flies.
time, you do whatever you want. You wear heels, whatever. We don't get offended
hey,
by that kind
if
of
there's
stuff.
a next time, I bet your ass I will.
Oh man. Hey, anybody invite? This is Daniel's what? Fourth time?
I don't think I've ever turned down being on anybody's show. I feel like it's a cool ass thing when somebody asks me, I'm good.
So
Like,
tell us about other radio stuff you've done. You've done radio, things
Mm-hmm.
like that.
I've been on, adult time type of shows like Pillow Talk. I've been a guest host on the Lyricist Lounge. I've done interviews on, live, this is a podcast, but it's live local stations that are online.
Right.
Support District Radio was one of them.
We talked about doing that too.
Yeah.
Some live internet radio type
It's
stuff.
it's super fun, especially when you have like contests going, like post your this or whatever, and it actually gets people like go to our page and share this.
The
and
interaction.
Post your favorite
Yeah, yeah.
picture of you listening, and it actually gets people super juiced, especially if you have like decent prizes to give them and stuff like
Right.
that.
Well, that's a
So
good thing.
Which brings up a good idea.
hey,
Oh yeah, did you figure out what you're gonna do yet?
For what?
Oh, you don't want to talk about Manor?
Yeah, I already posted it.
Manor's awesome.
I know, but you can talk about it on
Manor
here.
is awesome.
I
I was
mean-
there for the grand opening. Manor is a great
I know. I was there
store.
too. You've been.
They're
was you at?
super underrated. Like they don't get nearly enough like airplay. Like the store is cool, the displays are cool, the front door is unique. Like it's a great neighborhood. Like
Oh, yeah.
man,
I say give it time because
absolutely. Like I literally have bought so many things from. Like I bought a pair of People high tops, the interwoven like.
Oh, okay.
Oh man, they're literally like Converse Croc. It's almost
Oh, I
what it
know what
feels
you're
like.
talking about. Yeah.
Because the bottoms are everybody you're laughing, but that's how I
That's-
look at
yeah.
Ultra Boost.
Right.
They're styrofoam. You know what I mean? But the other ones they actually have like
But it's
traction.
from NASA.
Okay.
quote unquote.
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah.
true? That boost is from NASA?
That's just what Wexler said.
technically-
Styrofoam
Well,
is not from NASA. Let's be clear.
That's
and that's all that
technically-
shit is.
Yeah, that was the whole juice they were saying when it came out. It was a NASA technology that was developed, and they somehow found a use for it. But that's also the excuse they give to why
NASA
why
wouldn't-
shit's limited.
Hey,
we
let's
only
not,
can get
let's
so
not,
much
let's
of it
not
from
badmouth
NASA.
the boost on here, all right?
NASA
God damn it.
would not give that up, so that would be the equivalent of a knockoff.
I mean, I never saw the story. I only get that from George.
He was on Breakfast Club. Wexler
I
was.
watched that, but I don't remember him saying nothing about NASA.
Because they were asking him why is everything so limited, and he said because there's only so much boost to go around.
Hey.
But I will not badmouth the boost or allow it to happen on this show. God damn it!
Because that's ridiculous. There's only a finite amount of this material. Like eventually, it's going to run out if that's the case, or maybe they can only produce it so fast.
Yeah, they should use it to make better.
They say that,
colorways.
but then
Let's
you go
put
to
it that way.
customizers pages on Instagram, and they have like big sheets of the bottoms that can be added to sneakers that Adidas sent to them. So you know,
I'm gonna
believe it
say
or don't
because
believe it.
all them like knockoffs and fakes.
Hey,
Well, that's the thing. If you really think about it, there's probably at least like 10 different models that have some form of boost in it. Like, just stop making the crap that doesn't sell. Just make more Ultra Boosts and NMDs.
absolutely.
And easy.
I'll agree with that.
That is true.
I'll agree
because
with
there
that.
is like a lot of stuff that has boost.
Some of those models are kind of dope though. Like I saw something on what is it, Roadrunner the other night, and it's a shoe I've never seen anyone wear. Super clean, super simple, and it was 110 or 120.
Right. and
Why
they-
that sells or doesn't sell, I have no idea. I would buy it. I mean, not for retail. Not for retail. It
Only
would have to be
below or
under
above.
Yeah.
Only below.
It would have to be under retail, but yes.
So what got you? I mean, how long you been in this?
Wait, hold on. Let's just talk about Manor 1 second because
Oh, okay.
I was going to say something. Like I kind of feel bad because I've never been in the store, and Jeremy's my his buddy. I feel like
Man.
since we're at the show talking for 5 hours, 6 hours, or whatever it was, like I'm super cool with him, but I've never been to the store, so I feel bad about that. Jeremy, I'm gonna come in. Don't worry, but I'm gonna need that black and gold.
Oh yeah, that limited
prior to release day, son. All
got a
right,
new
Just
hat
so
coming
you
out
know.
Black Friday.
I love their Manor hat. I have like
Oh, their hats
probably
are the
3
best.
of them. Oh,
Their hats are the
so
absolute
dope.
best
Absolutely,
structured hats.
they fit good. They're cut well, and I have a big Charlie Brown ass head. So
Well, you ain't the only one.
hey, I'm very appreciative of a well cut hat that's
I think
generous
my
in
hat
size.
my head is probably about a 7 5/8. So
With
yes.
hair, I don't even know.
That's not too far off the mark.
What is yours?
A half.
Oh, mine's a half.
Half,
What-
3/8,
whatever the
depending.
biggest-
You got a big head too.
Whatever the
do.
biggest fitted size is probably where I'm at.
Big, it's like an 8.
Bruce Bochy head.
A 9.5.
The biggest they sell in a store is an 8, but they do make bigger than
Yeah,
an 8.
I've seen like
Really?
8 1/4.
There's
in the
8
store.
and a
Yeah,
quarter.
I swear I
Yeah.
put one of those on before.
Nah, you
Shut up
can't
over
wear
there.
no 8 1/4.
Hey, don't let
She got
my
a lot of hair,
Don't
don't-
let my Palomalu.
You're talking about hair.
Yeah,
You're talking about hair. Not
I don't
head.
go and get a haircut when my hats fit tight like guys can. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know.
Mine is kind of growing out a little bit. My hairline is leaving, but my hair is growing up.
Bronsky.
Well, I ain't on LeBron level yet. Actually, it's coming.
Hey,
Actually, I'm not gonna lie. to
There
you.
was a.
Oh, you like that
Okay.
sneak in right there?
I know this is
coming.
going off topic slightly, but I watched a video with LeBron yesterday where he was like in his closet, supposedly showing off. This is from like a year ago, but
Mm-hmm.
supposedly showing his shoes off, and the camera was looking up at him like that.
Did you
and
see the
hair-
Bosley? Could you see the Bosley?
The hair, like, oh, you got to cut that down a little bit.
He
like,
just needs to
they were-
embrace it and shave his head.
It was
Just
like
go
individual
MJ.
hairs were like nappy, though. I don't even know how that's possible for like
Nah, he
individual
got
hairs
plugs.
being
He
nappy.
got
Yeah,
hair
no,
plugs.
that's
It looked
straight
bad.
Bosley Institute right there. For
looked
sure.
bad.
If I got the money, I'm getting
In
it.
Trainwreck, his shit's on point. You see him,
Oh my
you see him
God,
on a
yes.
game or anything else, and it's just gone.
He was so surprisingly awesome.
Yeah, he
in
was good in that movie.
Like, it
Yeah.
was,
You
I was-
thought so?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
actually did.
thought he was so
There's a
corny.
lot. There's
Yeah,
out
he-
of-
No.
He was stiff
The
and corny.
the scene where they're in the like little bakery shop, that was fine. But that scene where like I thought they were dreaming, where they were doing an intervention to the guy, I thought that was a dream.
You're trying to tell me the fucking when they're at the restaurant, he's like, "Oh, you forgot your card? Oh, again? Oh,
That
really?
was
really?
that was fine.
That-
the scene where
That
like
was
it was
hilarious.
LeBron and
There
like,
was some stiff,
other
corny
people.
stuff in that movie.
It was some corny stuff. It was all right.
Hey, it's not bad. Come on.
I just say
Now-
it sucked. No, the movie sucked.
Now, the
Yeah.
stuff with Amari, awful.
Yeah.
And the first thing he told me was like, I went to a movie and literally the point of the movie was like Amari cut Stoudemire. I was like, what?
I
That
had
can't
no
even be true.
idea. I had no idea
Yeah, no,
that
right up.
movie was gonna be about Amari Stoudemire.
When?
Now you know what's funny? I always wanted to ask: does it matter to a girl, a lady, female, guy, lady, whatever, is in the sneakers? Does it matter if the guy's in the sneakers?
My hobbies it's good to have like things that you get along with, but like my hobbies don't have to be yours. Like every girl wants to be every guy's best friend, and I don't know why he needs to have all these other friends and all these other things, and everybody wants to be everybody's everything. It's like that's not normal. Like I don't. If you are cool, if you're not, if all the things I like about you as a spouse, somebody I want to lay down with, somebody I want to like partner up with, whatever, we don't have to be exact. Like this isn't a fucking we are, it doesn't have to match. Like there needs to be some diversity between we don't have to have the same hobbies.
I agree.
Man.
I think it's cool if certain hobbies overlap, but
or a couple things of interest or something.
I definitely think you guys have to have your own separate things, because too much time I think sometimes is bad.
If I'm into sneakers and you're not, but everything else about you is just like something I've never found, do you think I give a fuck if you like sneakers or not?
I don't know.
That's something that can be.
That's such a small thing, I think, to get hung
that's
up on.
something that can
it's
be
ridiculous.
you can teach them about sneakers. You can show them the appreciation of where your hobby came from. You know what I'm saying? They can gain that, but to be a quality character that's like an equal spouse match thing, that's way harder to come by.
How long can
way harder?
How long? Actually, you know what? And I didn't disclaim this, but this is just the opinion of Penn, like
Absolutely.
as the lone woman in here,
Absolutely,
and the first woman in here on the Sneak This podcast.
Thank you for that again.
This isn't like, I'm not trying to say like her views are like every lady's views out.
Oh no,
here.
you're definitely not doing that.
but like,
well, I was thinking, since you were like, we're gonna do the like top 10 of women's shoes we wish were dudes, and
Right.
I actually was like, can't do that because I stopped paying attention to women releases ever since I became like a 10.5 in men. So like that's not and it's not the 2 up 2 down. I wear an 11 in women, and I wear a 10.5 in men. That 2 up to
we were the same size.
you cannot come over to
Wait.
my house.
so you want 11 in
That's like
women?
vice versa.
So you want 11 in women's and a 10 in men?
A 10.5.
How does that?
Because the size and a half conversion. That's what she just said.
Oh,
It used to when
It
I was
is
younger.
supposedly with Nike, but
When I
for
was
some
younger-
reason
With
with
Nike,
Adidas,
yeah.
it's not.
When I was
don't get
younger, it was
It's a
2
shoe.
up, 2 down. Like I was poor, so like I would shop in the women's section of Payless shoes, and then I would go get a 9.5 maybe if I needed a boy shoe.
right.
But like as I've gotten older and like
Because-
sizes change and things happen, like I literally, and the Kobe's and LeBrons, they're 11s. They're
If I
size
had
11s
to
because they run
buy,
small.
if I had to buy, I mean, because I wear 9.5, 10.
Mm-hmm.
I buy the 11 in women's. Mm-hmm. How does that fit? Like a
So in Nike, like George just said, it's a 9.5 conversion. So if you wear a 12 in women's, it's a 10.5 in men. Like that's been the way it's consistently worked. But like you said, in other brands, that principle probably does not apply.
I would say the most OG company that has that principle would be Converse, because if I buy a
Which
10
is
in Converse,
now owned by Nike.
if I buy a 10 in Converse, they're about a half size too big, even with brand new socks.
really?
They're about a half size too big. But they don't make you have to specifically custom order a half size, because Converse have always across the board been flat even sizes. Not even until the last 15, 20 years did they even offer that. And you had to know where to go to get that. But and I'm flat footed, so Converse have always been my and Pumas. See, that's the thing is like you what I think we started it we got off subject because we jumped right into girl
Right.
code, guy code. I've actually taken 10 years off from collecting sneakers and paying attention to them, because almost 11, or no, it is 11. I moved here July 7th of 2005. 3 weeks before I moved here, I lost my storage unit with 135 pairs of shoes, 75 dead stock, and 100 pair of heels. I was so utterly heartbroken.
And how'd
Heartbroken.
How'd that happen?
I was poor.
Oh,
Nothing fancy. I was...
and you just had to. That was it.
Yeah, well, I was letting somebody... I was trying to help a girlfriend, because I'm like, even when I'm poor, I'm like trying to help.
Right.
I was trying to help a girlfriend, like give her a little extra money or whatever, to to be like my assistant, do all that, because I was working like 16, 18 hours, at the catering restaurant, catering company, things like that, 6 days a week, literally no time to do anything. And she actually, and I didn't check up, she actually didn't pay a lot of my bills. So I lost a storage with that much stuff in it, all my childhood report cards, I mean, literally everything I ever had.
Man, you kept all that?
From
I hit on
300
my report card.
from over like $300.
Ain't no one seeing this shit.
I got to the mailbox before my mom did. Hit those.
Oh, you were
How
there?
old are you?
33?
They didn't mail report cards when I was a kid.
What'd they do?
You got them at school,
Wait a minute.
and you had to bring
How old
them.
are you?
She
Almost
said it earlier.
39.
Oh, no, you ain't that old.
She said it earlier.
No, but
FYI.
there's a lot that changed in 2 years, 3 years, 6 years. You know what I mean?
I mean, now you might fucking get emailed report cards.
Your
No,
kid's
you
not at
do.
school. You get a text
You know it
message.
on the grade now. I
You know
check
what
my
I'm saying?
I check my
Right.
kids' grades online now. So
That's
So I just
ridiculous.
wasn't checking, and apparently single mom was having some issues, and she got about $300 behind, and I lost my entire life.
dang, that's crazy.
And it literally broke my heart so much that when I finally got back to it, it was just heels. All I did was buy heels. Sneakers were only to exercise, work out, do outdoor stuff.
Yeah,
It was, you know what I mean? It was nothing fancy. I literally was so heartbroken. I didn't even know how to, I didn't even know where to start from there. Like that's back when like sneakerhead was like a word that was whispered occasionally. It wasn't even what shoe lovers were called.
yeah.
It's, you know what I mean? Like 11 years ago, it was totally different, And what got me back into it, coincidentally, is I had a friend in Chicago that went to a Nike outlet there. And they know that I love New Orleans. I've always loved New Orleans since I was a kid, the like history and all these sort of things. And they found the Gumbo League AF1 lows for $35 and asked me if I wanted them and sent them to me.
That wasn't even that long ago either.
It was last January, January
All-Star
of
game
15.
Yeah.
Which ones those look like?
That was.
They were like
I don't-
striped with different textures. There was like a cork and like a fuzzy purple
I
stripe.
don't,
And
I don't remember
Oh,
the
I
year,
think
but
I
I know
remember
that
that.
was Kobe 9. That was Kobe 9.
it was literally
the high
KD
January
6.
of
That's right.
15. Like I literally like the 8th of January of 15, I got sent this pair of shoes and I was like, and within like 4 months, I had 50 pairs of shoes.
There's been a lot of those stories that I've heard though, like people like getting their house broken into and just demolishing their collection. Like I have no desire to collect anything anymore.
It's literally heartbreaking. It's
How
the
you
worst.
feel about
Like-
females in the sneaker community?
Kind of a broad question.
You follow them on like Instagram and things like that, or
I follow a few. I like girls. I like women that are sneaker fans, sneaker heads, all these sort of things that don't have to, hi, I'm in my underwear. Look at my new shoes.
I
No,
was gonna ask you
thirsty
about that,
bitch.
too.
Where's your boyfriend at? Where did your dad not hug you? What's
I think
going
that's
on?
kind of
Like,
everything. I mean,
no,
no. I'm with women in all seriousness.
it's
with,
so gross.
look at like NASCAR with what's her name? She does all the commercials.
Danica
for,
Patrick.
Yeah, Danica Patrick does all the commercials for GoDaddy
Sex
now.
sells. No, it's.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm not saying that, but like,
Women's golf, literally, like.
but they're not selling.
all the new golfers
They're
these
not
days
selling
are all
the
naked
shoes.
on Instagram.
They're selling likes to their page.
No, right, but that's the point I'm making is that's literally what sells the product, not even sex. Like they're
Yeah.
using that to sell.
Like I
golf
follow
balls
some
or
girls
get women
that
to
like
watch
all they ever
NASCAR.
do, all you ever see is them holding them from calf down. Like they're really showing the front, the back, the side, the bottom of the shoes, and then other girls are like, way over here, like look at that, and it's like,
I
oh,
never understood those.
look at my
pictures
demi-cut
anyways,
bra from Victoria's Secret's bra sale.
I never
Bitch, calm
understood that
down.
anyways. I
Like-
never understood the wearing the Jordans,
Super
but wearing
weird.
like the booty shorts. Like I never thought that stuff was tight. Like I never understood it.
Yeah, there's a lot of guys that fall into that trap of like, oh, she doesn't even have to be
Exactly.
hot. She's like halfway decent.
Oh, no.
And she's
Gotta
in the
see the top
Jordans, and
half.
all of a sudden it's like 5 points up.
It's the strip club mentality. It's a butterface.
Yeah.
She's showing her ass or pussy or titties or whatever, and her sneakers. Go ahead, bitch. Take my like.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
there's some chicks that I feel that I don't even know if I say chicks. Here we go back to that. Anyways,
Chicks,
there's
ladies,
some
rods.
girls who are on,
I approve everything.
who are on social media who don't like go that extra mile, who I think are pretty respectable. But I think the problem is every guy wants to challenge like their card or push their card. Like, what do you really know? Who got you in? This, that, or the other. Like, I mean, Kixology is an example. Like Little Laces. I mean, what's the other girl? Lace Up. I mean, there's a couple of them that who don't like thirst trap, but everyone wants to kind of like push them as like, what do you really know? Like, oh yeah, okay, you don't thirst trap, but who got you in? What do you really know? What do you know about this shoe? What do you know about XYZ? Like,
Right.
there's a few people that are like that.
Yeah, there's a couple girls that I do. Actually, there's quite a few that I follow on Instagram, and they, I don't know what they know verbally, like no, but like they have everything. Like
Yeah.
I look at their pages and they have everything.
All the hype shit at least.
Like, and I'm like, geez, like, you know, they in this, but I've never been into that. I mean, just like a story offhand, like when I met my wife, and I'm used to like, you know, I went to a school in like, you know, quote unquote the hood, you know, and Jordans was the thing. Like, even if the girl didn't wear Jordans, they knew like the guys like Jordans, so they like Jordans.
That's
too.
what I was gonna say. Is when I was younger, broads didn't wear Jordans.
So
Only basketball playing cool jock boys wore Jordans when I was a kid
Right,
and
so-
a teenager.
So then our first Christmas together.
That's why I was on Pumas. Pumas in their multiple colorways and their multiple textures. I was all about Pumas.
like you could never go wrong. I thought being in the hood, getting your girl Jordans.
Some Jordans.
So my first Christmas, I got her Flint 12s for Christmas, and I thought like I had them, she had them, and she was like, "Oh."
that goes back to that question. Like, how do you feel about matching with your girl?
Well, you know,
Oh, yeah, that was another one.
That's right. So then we can get to that. So then I bought those for her, and she was just like, "Oh, thank you." And I'm thinking like, yeah, you know, I'm that guy. You know, I got her the 12s.
That goes down
So-
to that she respects your hobby and
Yeah.
likes you including her in it, but it's not her thing.
Right.
Yeah.
So I didn't know it wasn't her
she's
thing.
She's just
thankful of
humoring
the,
you.
Right.
She's thankful of the gesture, but it's not like, you know, her cup of tea.
So
per
we're
se.
in college, and she's like, I said, "Yo, we working out, and let's go run around the track." She comes out there wearing the Flint 12s, brand new DS Flint 12s, running around the track.
Because it's your hobby.
And
not hers.
I
She
was
didn't
like-
know.
You know that's
She
not a
didn't-
running shoe.
She didn't know. She
And I
didn't
was
know.
like, "What are you doing?" Like, threw me off, and that's when I knew, like, you know what? That's not her thing. Never bought a pair of sneakers ever again. I bought her little things to work out in, you know, but like, never ever bought a pair of Jordans, nothing like that. 'Cause
But
I think
also,
that's
if
just
she's
her
not a
thing.
sports fan, she wouldn't understand that's like a sprint, stop, pivot, support shoe.
Right? She just didn't.
You know what
she
I'm saying? Like, you have to know a lot about stuff to like understand and respect those things.
Right. So you feel like you see those pictures online. I see them. I hate them. I hate them to death.
I would say I
The
hate
guy
them with
and
the
girl
like
wearing 'em.
the young people that you know are either scamming.
What do you mean?
Oh, because there's so many people that do scams like online and things like that, like getting that scam money or that like young person dope money. To me, it's like they're being kitschy and cute for all the other motherfuckers that they think want to be like them. When grown adults do it, I don't think anything of it. I think it's their pockets can afford it. That's, you know what I mean? It's they're doing it for them. They're not doing it for everybody else's likes.
You think that?
Absolutely.
Really?
Young people now do not understand what it's like to not have the attention of people they don't know.
I do agree with that. That's
Well,
a
yeah, that's
fact.
social media.
That's
100%.
just social
Disgusting.
media within itself.
Yeah.
There's a chemical thing that.
Yeah, it's called serotonin.
No, yeah, serotonin,
It really
endorphins. There's a lot of shit that goes into that, but we're not gonna get into that conversation. But
It
You know.
really is.
yeah,
We could get into a social media conversation another time. Like, it's a mess out there.
So you're having me back. Got it.
It's a, it's,
go to the
it's a
calendar.
mess. All right, man. Whenever you're always welcome. But no, like, and I always hated seeing them pictures, like, you know, with like the guy, girl. I never understood.
what's your point of views on matching?
I didn't understand. I always thought it was.
Are we
corny.
going to get glamour shots to where our outfits
I
and
just
shoes
didn't
have to
get
match?
it.
Because otherwise, if I see a guy and a girl like wearing more matching outfits than matching shoes, I'm like, they're serious about their fitness.
See,
I don't even. You know what I mean?
about-
I don't even see.
I think like there's times where like it's fine, but I feel like sometimes that like when females wear the matching sneakers with the guy, they tend to dress like the guy as well. So it looks like two boys. Like sometimes
Not necessarily.
I've seen that a few
Depending on
times.
what
They
that
were
hair
similar
like.
colors, but they're like a girl cut shirt of whatever shirt you're wearing, like the slim fitting black shirt you have on the black
The
tee.
girl cut polo.
Yeah. I personally do not like that shit.
I don't.
Honestly-
That's just me. And the same thing with kids too. Like, I don't want to match my kids, I've said this to so many people, like, I'm not going to be that dad that's going to wear the same fucking matching outfit as my kid. That's just me.
I don't ever do that. I bought my kid one pair of Jordans, and that's because they were like at the outlet. Johnny Gonzalez.
Yeah.
Shout out to him. Got it for me. Like 20 up. 20
Yeah.
I'll never buy the Jordans for my kids and things like that. And like, but I do get it a little bit more with the kids. Like you said, you don't have any kids or
Not yet, but I've been a
nothing.
nanny. I was a nanny for like
Really?
10 years.
Like
yeah.
I get it with your kids wearing like your dad. Like you want your son to be like your dad.
When your kids are small and they
get
think
it.
you're the coolest thing ever, if
Right.
they want you
They
to
do.
match them, you fucking match them.
I'll do it if the kid asks.
Right,
That's the thing. Like,
right.
I want
But don't
my
force your
kids to be
kids'
their
creativity
own.
to- yeah,
You got to be your
absolutely.
own little person. Like,
Right.
if you tell me, Daddy, I want your shoes, okay, that's one thing. But I'm not gonna like force my views and like, oh, dress like me. Like,
Did you see that picture circulating, that viral picture of the little girl that dressed up like her grandma when she was asked who she wanted to be for Halloween?
Halloween,
She
yeah, I
said,
seen
"My
that.
grandma." And
Did she have the walker?
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, I seen that. And see, that's
Right?
I mean, yes.
It's the same. That's what she wanted.
But that
The
was-
parents sufficed her and gave her what she wanted. She wanted to be like grandma. They made her like grandma.
Right. No, I
You know
mean,
what I
I
mean?
get it. I mean, I
They're not
do.
clouding her
Like, my
creativity,
my
forcing it down her throat. You know
my
what I
son
mean?
is almost 4 now, and like
Uh-huh.
when we get him new sneakers, he loves them. Like he's like he
yeah.
wants to put them on now. You know, and
Kids like new.
I'm assuming.
Kids like new.
I'm assuming that's because of me, but I'm not sure. Now, if my wife,
When you get new stuff, you don't even take in the house. I don't know what you're talking about.
well, it
Make
depends.
sure there's enough for
Sometimes I do, sometimes I
You
don't.
left black red ones in your. You didn't even know where they were. You texted me like I literally don't know where they are.
Sometimes I leave stuff in the trunk just so the wife doesn't see it.
Well, yes, we know
mean,
that.
there's that.
But I'm talking about.
I know
the fact
someone
you
specifically
said
like that. I know somebody who's like that.
You
whose
wanted
name
them
starts with
shoes
T.
for years and left them and didn't even know where you left
I
them.
do. My wife, she's become more okay with the sneakers, especially with the podcast. I think she kind of feels like, you know,
You're trying to do something with everything you know. You're trying to branch it. You're
right.
Not,
I'm not
no,
just
that's
out
way
here in these
acceptable.
streets.
Yeah.
No. And she's
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
all right, I get
Absolutely.
it now. You know, I'm kind of
Totally.
making something of it, you know, versus just every single weekend out here in these streets, you know, whatever. We've camped out like 1 billion times, you know, and, you know, nonsense like that.
Too
But
old to camp out.
Well, see, and that's what I was
Way
gonna
too
say is
old.
like I literally the last times I was buying sneakers before I lost my whole life collection. Almost nobody camped out.
Right.
11, 12, 13 years ago, I mean, if I saw somebody camping out, I would think it was Black Friday and what's the fucking sale? Not what sneakers are releasing on a Saturday,
last camp out we
on a
did,
Tuesday,
George
on a
almost
Friday.
died.
What?
He almost died the last time that we came out. Like, I don't know
Wait,
what happened.
what
was
the
it?
hell
It was very,
happened?
very
Was it
stressed
hot
out.
or
no,
was
no,
it
no.
cold?
Yeah, no. Not like almost got shot or something like
No,
that.
I
like
meant
I
like
was
what
so.
temperature wise. Was it hot outside? Was it cold outside?
What
I
shoe
think it
was
was
it?
wintertime.
See, I
He
mean,
just
Or
left
not
his
like
body.
not like Denver.
What shoe was it?
It was yellow foam posits.
Long time ago. Long time ago.
He was just sitting in the chair like this. And I thought,
Lack of
I
sleep
thought
had
he
me.
left. I thought something happened to him.
hey, low blood sugar will make you a zombie
We
real
That
were
quick.
too.
camping out at High Point. We were at High Point,
High Point.
and he had a look in his eye like no other. I was like, that's
I was
it.
ready to leave.
I was like, I'm gonna have to leave him here because I can't take him. I can't. I can't put him. I can't drag him in the car. So, but gosh,
Well, I was gonna say not so much a top 10, but what's a top 5 things each of you guys wish women knew about men? No.
That's a fair enough. I
No.
think that's a fair enough question.
Because I have a both. I have like a 5 of things that I wish the average lowbrow remedial broad would understand about males,
that's a hard.
and
question.
also what males should know
I think
about.
Daniel should go
broads.
because Daniel's the only single. Well, actually, you're single as well, but Daniel's is the only single guy in here. What is something?
You don't have
that
to
a
be
young
single to
man
answer
goes-
this question.
I don't know. You kind of do.
Yeah.
I've been with my girl, my wife, since I was 20. So
So you don't think that she's going to be accepting of your opinions, whether they're like
No,
like
no.
the pre-her opinions or the not her relationship-wise opinions? Like,
actually, she's already learned a lot. So
top-
actually, I do have some
Top
some-
5 things that women should know about men.
that they don't, or that they
Oh,
assume that are wrong
about
or
men, not
Yeah.
me.
When
Duh.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna say me.
One
I
important
know.
thing that I would
About
say that I
me.
think pretty much goes across the board is when when I'm not saying anything, just leave me the fuck alone. Do not quit prodding.
Factual.
Don't keep
Facts.
asking questions.
Factual
Like,
information.
give me some time and I'll come
Absolutely.
around.
Factual
That I
information.
think is one of the most important things.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I couldn't think of it literally anything, but that works for me.
yeah, exactly. When you start prodding, asking what's wrong, I'm good. I'm good. Just
I
give me a
think the
minute.
only other one that I can think of, I'm not trying to steal things off your list here. The only other one I can think of is like passion for sports. That's it. I can't think
Nah,
of
I
anything
mean-
else.
I got a love thing with.
Wouldn't that go with hobbies though? Like
Yeah,
you
like-
don't want them up in your, you know what I mean? Because then you have a Jenny like Jenny from the league, stealing Kevin's lineup and doing, you know what I mean? Like
I do like that show. Yes.
I love that show.
I wouldn't have a problem with that though, because I mean, well, let's put it this way: at some point, any relationship is gonna go like this, and you're gonna be fighting no matter if the person loves what you love
Yeah.
or hates
Yeah.
what you love. So it doesn't matter. At some point, you're gonna be arguing. I would have no problem. Like my girlfriend, for example, plays fantasy football. I know it's a bad example because we're talking about the show.
That's
but
not a bad example.
she doesn't
That's a
watch
real
the
example.
NFL per se. Like the Cards will be on, and she's a Cardinal fan, but she doesn't really care. But when the Raider game is on, I'm like, we'll break stuff around the house. You know what I mean? Like,
That's facts.
That's something you brought up.
that's what I'm talking
Something you
about.
brought up is a good point. I mean, it might be petty, but like, don't pretend to like something just because I like it. Like if you're sitting there like,
Show an honest interest in
Yeah.
it, but don't fake like it.
yeah, that's one thing that
Yeah.
fucking annoys me. I
I'll
don't know
agree
if
with
it's
that.
just me.
I'll agree
I don't
with
know.
that.
It's petty. Like, don't.
Ain't that a good thing though?
No, fuck no.
Asking questions about something you don't know about is showing genuine interest.
Yes.
Being being like fake liking something to like, oh, I love sports. Who's your favorite team? You know, the Cowboy Bills. You know what I mean? Like
Okay.
some dumb shit like
See,
that. You know what I mean? Like
hate
a girl that doesn't
just
know.
with anybody. All
Right. But,
when
you know,
somebody comes over, I can't.
Who is it more
stand-
prevalent with?
I
That's what
can't
we're
stand-
talking
Now,
about.
See, like
Broads,
my wife,
like normally.
my wife, she watches football with me, but she doesn't know a lot of stuff. She was like, "Oh man,"
She's appreciating your hobby and spending
she
time
was like,
with
"Man,
you.
they got 10 inches." I'm like, "Well, it's 10 yards, but you know, I love you."
It's okay.
That's all right. I love you. I give you a little kiss on the forehead.
Hilarious.
Like,
Yeah.
you're right.
You're
You
right.
know? Now, when a guy comes through and is like, I'm a Cowboys fan till I leave this earth. And when they come through and they're watching Cowboys with me, and
Oh,
they're-
that sigh
and
was
and this is
deep.
how I know. This is how I
sigh
know.
was
This is
deep.
how I know if somebody knows nothing about football is when they like constantly like they come over and they're like, "Man, how about that Troy Aikman boy? He was good back in the day." Thank you. He was good like 20 years ago. Like,
Right.
do you watch football now? Okay, like
But
that's
then
what
it
that to me is
it also
pretending.
depends on who you're talking to. Is this person worldly? Have they lived in other places besides America? Because in football is soccer.
Well, no, I don't know anybody like that. No.
Well,
I'm
you
a
know,
local
that's
cat.
what I'm saying. There's a whole big world out there.
Right.
Calm down. There's a whole big world out there. A
Now,
whole
see,
diverse group of
man,
people.
I can't think of anything like.
There's another thing I guess I got.
Go.
Let me hear it.
Can't
Girls who
wait.
switch with boyfriends. Oh, 6 months ago you're a fucking Steelers fan. Now you're dating XYZ and you're a Pittsburgh
You
fan.
have no
I mean,
choice.
you're a
Yeah,
fucking
choice.
Cowboys
you
fan.
have a
Like
fucking choice.
that. That
Yes,
shit.
If
you
you're not
do.
into sports, you don't have a choice.
I mean, to me, that's a whole nother
if
thing.
you're not, but if you're faking like you are, you're an asshole girl.
Believe
think
me,
it's more
you
worse
see,
than, like, she's
you
with another
see
boyfriend
girls
in 6
who
months.
you'll see girls who are sitting there posting pictures
I
wearing
don't like her.
a fucking Vikings fucking jersey. 6 months later, they're
I
dating
don't
some
have
other
eno-
guy and they're wearing a Pittsburgh jersey.
I don't have
like,
enough-
have
Absolutely.
to, though.
Got
Hold
on his
on, hold on.
jersey.
Exactly. Get out of here.
I don't have enough energy to like hate stuff like that. Like I don't even think about.
Daniel
stuff
must
like
hate a
that.
lot of
Nah,
stuff.
man, I don't hate. It's
I
just
more
annoying.
I more hate when the girl is with somebody else, and it's like you can see that, and then like 2 months later there was somebody completely different.
It's like all of a
and they're
sudden
the world.
All of a sudden you're into fucking football and you're into fucking drinking Budweiser and you're into XYZ. All of a sudden you're dating the next guy. You're into fucking Pittsburgh and you're drinking fucking Blue Moon and this other shit. Like
Well, see, here's the thing:
That's
is
ridiculous.
I don't have a problem with that if they're saying that they're hobby following for their significant other. But if they're like, I know football, I know this, and they're
Exact-
talking like assholes and they're team switching, that's bullshit.
It goes to your commitment.
That's
it's like, are you
bullshit.
being honest with yourself or you're
Right.
just following the fucking
Right.
person you're
She's
with?
being
Right.
a good girlfriend.
No.
if she's support following you, but if she's like fake, I'm a football fan, like following, that's not the same thing.
Right.
Nah, I
Just having a
think
single
number
follower.
one applies.
Which one is that? The not
Leave me the fuck
Yeah.
alone.
No, I'm
yeah.
not with it because I just say that.
Have
No,
you
no,
ever?
no, no,
act like it.
hold on.
The problem,
What are you talking about?
the problem with a lot of guys is when they don't want to be bothered, they don't say it.
That's right.
I'd be like,
That's
man,
what we were-
So
that's what we were getting
one of
at.
mine is
You don't- y'all
communication.
don't say it.
One of mine is communication.
The point is, though, you want to be left alone.
You're right, but I let them know that,
What's
so
wrong?
so I don't get annoyed.
Well,
I don't
And
think-
they're like,
he wasn't-
you
no.
do.
If I walk in the house, my wife is like, "Why are you looking like that? Why are you acting like that?" I'd be like, "Man, will you stop?"
But his point
Stop.
wasn't have ESP.
That's you-
His
right.
point was just leave me
Right.
alone.
But why
Right.
not just say that?
Because not everybody
Even-
believes
because,
everybody
yeah,
can
even if
handle
you
the
say
truth.
leave
They
me alone,
might not
they're gonna
leave you
prod.
alone.
What's wrong? What happened at work? Is it
not
okay?
true. A lot of
Anything
people
I
do a
can
lot of
do?
stuff.
What do you want for dinner? Is this? Is it that? The questions never stop.
So mine are like my 5 is like, don't think like one of mine is like communication. Don't assume every woman is going to 50 questions you about something or have a problem with what you actually tell them when you are communicating. Not every woman is like that, but so many people assume every woman is a nag and is going to keep it going. Not everybody's like that. I'm only giving you my point of view. You know what I mean? That's what I was going to say is like one of my top 5 is guys underestimate the power of communication. Like a lot of guys are like,
Oh, yeah, I don't care nothing about that.
like
I'm learning
that.
a lot about Daniel today.
Shout out to Daniel.
Hey, hey.
I'm learning a lot about Daniel.
You know, like we live in a very modern world where
I mean, I do agree with that, though. I mean, if that's how you want to live your life, that should be put on the table quite early.
I mean, I'm not even that. I don't even want to say it that way. But from what I've learned, like, dude, there's a lot of things that, like she said, that you underestimate by not giving people credit. Like,
Absolutely.
if you sit there and talk to people,
absolutely.
you will learn a lot of stuff about people besides just making assumptions. And that's the one thing I would probably say is don't assume shit. Like
One of
you'd
my
be surprised.
One of my very good friends the other day was like, you're kind of Martha Stewartish. And I was like, why? Because I'm a baker and I'm crafty. And they're like, no, because you're kind of like modest online and stuff like that. And I'm like, why? Because I don't put my whole pussy and butthole out there every single day. I'm
dope.
Martha Stewart all of a sudden.
It's rare.
It's
That's how rare it is.
This is the thing with everybody always wanting everybody to see their everything they're doing with everybody all the time, every second of every day. Oh, just cross the street. Ah, fuck my life. I got a don't walk sign. Like all this kind of nonsense shit.
Penny-
The recording, not the show.
Penny Mayo in the building.
TBC.
What did you
TBC.
What did you
To
just
be
call me?
continued.
Oh yeah,
Too big,
oh yeah,
hey.
you messed up.
What did
What?
you just call me?
What?
How
You
did this
didn't-
whole conversation
You didn't
start?
say the name correctly.
What? Penn Mayo?
That's
Well,
not what you
You
said.
said the other thing.
What'd I say?
Failure.
I just told you I hate it when people call me Penny just out of their own laziness of not wanting to say my whole full mouth name.
I would have said the full one.
If you weren't Cirocked.
Don't
I'm
drag
sure.
me
I
into
have
this.
been Ciroc.
Don't drag me into this.
I've been Ciroc. We got Penn Mayo in the building. First lady of the Sneak This podcast.
Hey.
Facts. She's the first lady. This is a 4-year term.
Let's start the slow clap.
Let's get the clap going. Let's get that going. Penny in the Penn in the building.
As he keeps doing it.
Anything else, anybody? Awesome.
I'm tired.
That's
It's
the Sneak
bedtime.
This.
Go to the gym.
That's it.
I missed the first half of this Suns game. We'll see what happens.
That's the Sneak This.
Like.